Okay, we're going to do a little demonstration of OsmAnd logging and multiple rider tracking capability. So first thing we'll start off with here is a fake GPS player, and you can see I'm centered up in the town of Arrow, where that crazy little icon is, and I have it to simulate moving. So it's going to jump around the screen and fake out my GPS on my phone here, and that will give us some motion that we can watch with the other app. So I'll just start that up. That goes away. Now I'll bring up the OsmAnd app, and just want to show you the settings that you would use for this. Here, settings, trip recording, and we're going to do it for the car. And I'll scroll down a little bit, and it says online tracking of a GPS required, and this gives a web address for our server that has the tracking program on. It passes off information like the latitude, longitude, timestamp whenever that point was being tracked. HDOP is a measure of the accuracy of the GPS signal, and there's a couple parameters for altitude and speed. Okay, so I have that all set up, and there's the online tracking required checkbox, and check that. You have to enable that in order to track online where you're at. And you have to enable recording of GPX tracks, and I have a button to do that. So we're recording right now. I'm going to press the position button, and it has my position. Now you notice it just moves a little bit. There, it's moved a little bit more. I can zoom in. Actually showing me near some snowmobile trails. So OsmAnd is tracking this now, sending it up to our server with a position periodically. You can set how often it does it. I think I have it set at about every 10 seconds. Now we're going to switch to another app, which is our logger. You have to log into this, and now you see there's a pin set there. If you click on that pin, it'll say, here's my sled, some other information about it, what time it happened. Now this updates every 10 seconds, so when it updates, that little pop-up will disappear. So there, it updated again. You'll notice there's another little icon on the screen. That's that small little blue dot. And that's, if I click on the button in the lower right-hand corner, that's the tracking that's being done by the app itself. So the app is saying that's where it's at. Now you'll notice there's a little difference between the tracking pin and that pin, because this one's occurring a little more quickly. And sometimes the pin catches it up. So they'll chase each other around the screen. And every once in a while they get right on top of each other when they happen to synchronize. So far it hasn't yet. So again, the position's being varied by the fake GPS app running in the background. Of course, we can switch layers here, and I'll change it to satellite images. I can actually zoom in quite a bit closer, and the tracker that's built into the display will move around quite quickly. 10 seconds, I believe, because I have tracking enabled. And I'll just shut that off for a second. Oh, it's catching up a little bit. I'll try the tracking of the program itself. Oh, it's already moved on. There we go. It's kind of chasing it. Here this is the riders. That makes that disappear. The other different riders you can have. Now you can have more than one rider set up for you. So I'm going to shut this off. And I'm going to go back to Google Terrain. And I'm going to zoom way out. Now, only one of these is being tracked, but I have others. And the other rider is me also, and down in the lower part of the state. So I can click on that, and that's my ATV. So it has a timestamp, has an email address if you want to get in contact with me. Also has a phone number. Well, it should have a phone number. It's not on there. I'll have to add that. So you could get in touch with somebody. And again, I'll click on the, I clicked on, if you click any place on the map, it'll give you the latitude and longitude. You have to do a long click. And I'll click on the pin on the bottom right hand of the screen to track my current location. And it always centers that in the middle of the screen. And you can adjust the zoom level. Well, here I have a underlay of I have the ATV maps, I have the snowmobile maps. I'll shut the snowmobile maps off. So there's only the displaying the ATV trails on the map. And it also had radar. So I'll zoom out a little bit. Actually a pretty clear day today, so you don't see in the way of radar. I saw a couple small artifacts. I'm not seeing any now. Try Esri Topo. Yeah, there's a couple light blue things there. Right off to the left was a little bit of a bluish color. That's part of the radar. We'll shut the radar off. Should be able to do some contour lines. There we go. See some simulated elevations, and you can also do things like Google Terrain or BingSat. A little harder to see the elevation lines, but you can still see them. There we go. My online tracking. Now, anybody who is logged into this website with the credentials of the primary user, which would be an email and a password, then you can see all those people on there that are devices that are being tracked by that user. So you could have 5 or 6 people out riding around the trails and get a little moving icon for every one of them. Pretty cool. Now, it's not quite ready yet, but I'm getting pretty close. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.